All right, everybody, welcome to another Inspirational Message Monday. My name is Kim O'Neill, and if you are in the space of learning how to align your head and your heart and finding it challenging, finding it scary, finding it to be a lonely journey, then I absolutely invite you to reach out to me. You can go to KimO'NeillCoaching.com, book a one-on-one free coffee chat coaching session. Free coffee chat consultation. And we'll see if coaching is an option that can really support you on that journey. I know that one myself. So with that, quick hello to everybody who is with us live. Let's take a look at the comments. Oh, Lillian, good to see you. Lillian recently joined the Let Your Light Shine movement, and so awesome, Lillian. I hope you saw that today. And we have someone else from the inside the Every Day is a New Day group. So good to see you guys. Hello there. Hello to you too. I have really awesome messages for today. Today, I somewhat set an intention for light-filled messages. That just really was speaking to me. And two books that I don't typically pull from really stood out, and the messages are awesome. So I am excited to share these with you. Our first book is going to be Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. And then our second book is going to be Mark Nepo's The Book of Awakening. Oh, these are good passages. So I randomly opened up to, in Napoleon Hill's, surprisingly, none of these pages have page numbers. So I'm like pretty much, well, not quite halfway, but anyway. So I opened up, and towards the bottom, we have a section that is titled, You Can Do It. It has been done before. So here we go. You can build a fortune through the aid of laws which are immutable. But first, you must become familiar with these laws and learn to use them. Through repetition and by approaching the description of these principles from every conceivable angle, the author hopes to reveal to you the secret through which every great fortune has been accumulated. Strange and paradoxical as it may seem, the secret is not a secret. Nature herself advertises it in the earth on which we live, the stars, the planets suspended within our view, in the elements above and around us, in every blade of grass and every form of life within our vision. Nature advertises this secret in the terms of biology, in the conversion of a tiny cell, so small that it may be lost on the point of a pin, into the human being now reading this line. And I'm going to add into the human being now watching this video. The conversion of desire into its physical equivalent is certainly no more miraculous. Do not become discouraged if you do not fully comprehend all that has been stated. Unless you have long been a student of the mind, it is not to be expected that you will assimilate all that is in this chapter upon a first reading, but you will in time make good progress. The principles which follow will open the way for understanding of imagination. Assimilate that which you understand as you read this philosophy for the first time. Then, when you reread and study it, you will discover that something has happened to clarify it and to give you a broader understanding of the whole. Above all, do not stop, nor hesitate in your study of these principles until you have read the book at least 3 times. For 95, 96, then you will not want to stop. So while this section is referencing, of course, reading this particular book, which has been spoken of many times by many people, it's referring to the universal laws. It's referring to the law of attraction, the law of vibration, there are so many universal laws. So it's referring to universal laws, and to not stop just because maybe it doesn't quite sink in that first time around. This brings me back to when I first was learning about the law of attraction. What would happen for me is I would read about 10 pages, loving it, soaking it all up, being so energized and just lit up by what I was reading. And then inevitably at some point I would hit a section where I just none of it made sense. It was just so foreign. It was like literally learning a whole new language. And I would have to stop, put the book down, and just walk away. And every single time, about a week or so later, all of a sudden, it would click. And just like this section was talking about, I would have that clarity. It would make sense. And then I would read more until that happened again. And it happened a few times with Ask and It Is Given. But it was awesome because those moments of clarity always came. So let's move on to our second book, which also has a really awesome passage. Again, I just randomly opened up and we landed on May 23rd. So this is another one of those books that has a passage for every single day of the year. And so we landed on May 23rd, and this one is titled To Be Awake. There is always purpose in being, but not always being in purpose. And last week we spoke a little bit about the being that showed up in last week's message. So I'm going to say that again. There is always purpose in being, but not always being in purpose. And I'm going to read the entire section here, which is a little long, whatever, but it's a really good section. So if you have the means to do so, I would even just say, just close your eyes and soak it up. And here we go. To be awake. How easily we get caught up in defining who we are in relation to those around us. I remember walking home from school in 4th grade when I noticed Roy, a classmate I didn't really like, walking at the same pace as me on the other side of the street. Until I noticed Roy, I was lost in the joy of walking home, free of school, not yet enmeshed in the anger that waited inside my house. But once seeing Roy, I began without a word to walk faster, to try to outwalk him. He, of course, sensed this immediately and picked up his gait. As he strode ahead of me, I felt lacking and so stepped up my gait. Before I knew it, we were both racing to the corner, and I felt that if I didn't get there first, I would be a terrible failure. I have lived enough in the world to know by now that this is how our ambitions often evolve. We first find ourselves alone in the joy of what we're doing. But somehow there are suddenly others along the way, and we lapse into the breathless race of comparison. And then we are hopelessly running to avoid being termed a failure. From here, we often latch onto the nearest goal as a purpose. If we can't find one nearby, we are thought to be adrift. But our lasting sense of purpose is in our breathing, in our being. As the humanitarian Carol Hedges reminds us, our purpose is that which we most passionately are when we pay attention to our deepest selves. So underneath all our worries about careers and jobs and retirements, our purpose really comes down to living fully, to being a light with who we are beneath all the names and titles we are given or aspire to. Imagine Buddha in his moment of enlightenment, of being lighted from within. I doubt if he knew he was aglow. In fact, when Buddha rose from under the Bodhi tree, it is said a monk approached him in utter amazement at his luminosity and asked, "Oh, Holy One, what are you? You must be a god." Buddha, not thinking of himself as anything but present, answered, "No, not a god," and kept walking. But the dazzled monk persisted. "Then you must be a diva." D-E-V-A. "Then you must be a diva." And Buddha stopped and said, "No, not a diva," and kept walking. Still, the monk pursued him. "Then you must be Brahma himself." At this, Buddha simply uttered, "No." The monk, confused, implored, "Then what are you? Tell me, please. What are you?" Buddha could not repress his joy and replied, "I am awake." Can it be that our purpose, no matter whom we run into, no matter what we are told, is simply to be awake? The chapter closes out with some exercises you can practice, and so here they are. Sit quietly and meditate on the things that have come to define you. Feel what you do with your days and say, "I am more than my job." Feel where you sleep your nights and say, "I am more than where I live." Feel who you love and say, I am more than my relationships. Feel all you have suffered and say, I am more than my history. Feel your very name and say, I am more than my name. Feel your breath enter and leave your heart and say, without history or name, I am the flame of life living in this body. Oh, I love, love, love that. And I want to point out that each one of those little affirmations really all started with feel what you feel, and then affirm you are more than that. And that speaks to, I love the phrase, be more of you, right? Whatever you may have thought defined you up to this moment, you're more of that. You're more than that. So, oh my goodness. Weren't those awesome? I freaking love those. So I just want to take a quick look at the chat. And Helene, thank you. You, my friend, are also a rock star. I appreciate you. And what do we have here? Oh, saying hello to John. So good to have you here. So many welcomes. And we have Sherry. Good morning, beautiful souls. Good morning, beautiful. Oh, and Carolyn. So good to see you too. So good to see you guys. And Helene is saying, I love the card pulling. It helps me to be me better through the day. Thank you, Kim O'Neill. I appreciate you too, Helene. Thank you so much. You're welcome. And Carolyn saying amazing. So it looks like you resonated with those passages. I freaking love those passages. Did you catch how it was talking about Buddha being a light? So it used the word a light. I would say lit up. And simply in his being awake, of being who he truly authentically is, which I'm going to say is more than any label. And you know what that means for me? If you've been here before, that means you have an open invitation to join the Let Your Light Shine movement. If you have not, I would love to remind you that you are amazing in who you are, and would love to celebrate you and feature you in the Let Your Light Shine movement by simply joining. You are expanding the light that already exists in the movement. It's free and easy to join. It's just simply you embracing who you are and sharing that with the world. And I would love to help you further share that with the world. So check out the movement. Definitely go to the page. Would love to feature you and add you in that. And with that, let's get on to pulling some cards. You know what? Let's see here. I'm going to get to the chakra cards. Not just yet. Let's move on to an Abraham Hicks well-being card. Okay. And let's see what added messages, because we were touching on universal laws, law of attraction, that kind of a thing. Let's see what added messages want to come through these cards. What added message it wants to come through and share itself with everyone who views today's conversation. Inspirational Message Monday. Maybe this one here. It says, there is nothing for me to guard against. The back says, you exist in a place of absolute well-being. Tell yourself that again and again. Know it. Be the evidence of it to give others reason to believe that all can be well. I like that. Is that speaking to you? Let me know in the comments. Let's see if there's another one that wants to pop out. We love when they pop out. It's exciting, isn't it? I think it's exciting. Let's see what added. They're getting kind of sloppy. Let's see. What's this one? When I'm feeling good, I'm allowing in good. The back says, the way you feel is your indication of your vibrational connection to that which is your source. The better you feel, the better your connection. The worse you feel, the more disallowance to that connection. Nothing is more important than that you feel good. Because nothing is more important than your connection to that which is your source. Yeah, that was a long one there. Beautiful message, really touching on that feeling piece from Mark Nepo's The Book of Awakening. I'm going to go one more round, just see if there's one more card that wants to pop out. Okay, one more. Here we go. And no, there's not. That's okay. It's all good. We got the messages that were to be shared from that deck. So let's move on. We haven't pulled from this deck in a bit. Let's pull from Janet Starr and Jeff Rollins' Mirrors deck. This one always has fun questions. And I love the simplicity in the images and the words. So let's see what wants to come through. What added message wants to come through for everyone who views and listens? Shout out to all of our podcast listeners as well. You guys are awesome. We recently added the Every Day's a New Day show to multiple more platforms, and it's been really cool to see that it's reaching more people lately. So I am grateful for that. Hold up. Let's what message wants to come? There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. What do we have here? Oh, yes. Freedom. Freedom. It says, what will it take for you to feel free? And the word feel is highlighted in purple. And the image is that butterfly coming out of the chrysalis. What are you feeling as you look at this, as you see this card? Let me hop on over to the comments here. Take a quick look. Carolyn is saying, if you show up authenticity and integrity of yourself, you are able to move forward with, oh, Carolyn, that is beautiful. And I want to even just say profound. If you show up with authenticity and integrity, you're able to move forward with yourself. I'm hearing that's really speaking to being connected, feeling connected and aligned. Lillian is saying, I feel that one resonates with me. I am a happy person. I think that was one of the previous cards. Awesome, Lillian. I'm glad to hear that. Helena is saying that card is about me feeling good or bad. Awesome, awesome. Welcome to Alina, who is also with us today. Freedom, let freedom ring. Let freedom ring. Let us all feel that freedom. Absolutely. Hello, lovelies. Good to see you, Roberta. And Helene, she's got her purple root beer. Looking for her purple root beer. Good to see you, Helene. Okay, that was an awesome one. I don't think we need to pull from another one from that deck. That was a fantastic message to get from that one. Are you feeling free? If not, what have you noticed about what helps you to feel free? What is in support of you feeling free? And then the phrase, do more of that, is coming to mind. Let's go ahead at this time. Let's go ahead and pull a chakra card now. Yes, let's see what chakras want to be acknowledged, what have an added message for us today. Affirmation. If you want to put a number in the chat, these cards tend to have 1 through 4 affirmations. And I'll just say, if you put a number in the chat, the first number that I see, I'll read that affirmation on the card. How about that? Ooh, okay, that was a whole bunch fell on the floor. Oh well. Let's see what's left in the hands. What message, what chakra wants to come through and share a message? There we go. That was beautiful. Ooh, 2 of them, and they're both the same chakra. They're both the heart chakra. Love it, love it. And the first one says acceptance of self. Okay, I love it. Okay, the second one says peace. You can't really see that. Okay, so let me check the chat. What do we have here? I see, excuse me. Okay, I see Carolyn saying, I feel free because doesn't define who I am today. Good. I love it. I am sensing that freedom in that statement, Carolyn, and I see the number 3. So on this first one here, you said, okay, we're gonna do this one. 1, 2, 3. It says, so on acceptance of self, it says, I dwell upon all that is right in my life, not what is wrong, and I have gratitude. I love these cards because they have really cool affirmations. So I'm going to read that one again. I dwell upon all that is right in my life, not what is wrong, and I have gratitude. And what I would say, that's a fantastic statement. What I would say to even tighten it up even more is take out the not what is wrong and simply say, I dwell upon all that is right in my life, and I have gratitude. So that the focus is simply on what is right. Beautiful. And did we get another number? Helene was also saying 3. So we will do 3 on the second card as well. And on the peace card, it says, I invite peace to be a part of my life, and I make time to experience my own inner stillness daily. I continually develop an inner sense of calm, and I trust that everything will be right. That was beautiful. Love it, love it. You guys are awesome. Let's pull some more cards. Keep it going. Keep the fun flowing. Keep it going. Keep the fun flowing. Since we got the heart chakra, let's move on to How to Love Yourself by Louise Hay. See what messages want to come through. And how are these messages resonating with, what you have also been receiving with your own intuition lately? Are you seeing a connection there? Some of the things that have already come through, of course, we have really being clear on who you are, letting the labels go, being awake, awakening to the truth of you being more than any label. Okay, we got one there. I'm going to see if there are more that want to come through. Of course, that one fell on the floor. I think that was the title card thingy. Okay, which is odd because there must be 2 of them. Okay, let's see what else wants to come through. We also, of course, have been having the theme of feeling, which is really good. Really being clear on, what am I feeling? What am I holding on to? What am I allowing in? Okay. The one that popped up on top is, I let my light shine. Are you letting your light shine? I know those of you who are here, I see your light shining. Do you feel your light shining? Do you feel that you are letting your light shine? The back says, I am wonderful. You are wonderful. I rejoice in the truth of my being. I accept it as so and let it be. I love when this card shows up. The other one we got is, I support myself in making the right choices for me. I am incredibly capable. Whenever I encounter a challenge in my life, I use the experience to learn and grow. Those challenges really help us to be able to tap into a deeper inner strength. Getting to know yourself in a way that you haven't gotten to know yourself up until that point, right? You are incredibly, massively capable. Any challenge that comes your way, you absolutely can not only learn from it, grow with it, grow through it. Yes, yes, yes. We're going to move on to Cheryl Richardson self-care card. And I love this one, Roberta. Roberta is saying, beautiful care. Self-care isn't selfish. I completely agree. For me, because that absolutely has resonated with me too. What's also come through is just a reframing of how we perceive selfishness. Yep. Awesome. Carolyn is saying, I challenge myself every day. Good for you, Carolyn. Good. Okay, so I'm going to highlight this one. It's just right on the bottom here. Tenderness. It says, speak gently to yourself. Cherish the child within. Okay, let's see if there are any other messages that want to come through this deck. Talking about the self-care, supporting yourself. The word right has shown up quite a few times already. So trusting that you're making the right decisions for yourself. Not everyone may agree or resonate with the decisions you make for yourself, and that's okay. Do you allow yourself to trust them and know that you are supporting yourself? We'll take it. We have boundaries. Set boundaries. Protect your precious time and energy. Setting boundaries is a form of self-care. There are ways to look at saying yes as a form of self-care and opening yourself up to that which resonates for you, and saying no can be self-care as well. Okay, we have this one gently rolls out. We have patience. It says, be patient. Be willing to pass up good for great. Be patient. Be willing to pass up good for great. When you say no to something, or let's say you miss something. Last week we had the message of, what is yours will not pass you by, and what passes you by wasn't meant to be yours, right? Just because you say no to something, just because you choose to not engage in one thing, does not mean you will never have an opportunity like that again. Okay, that's a belief, and so that could be a limiting belief. If you do allow yourself to go, oh no, I have to say yes to this because it will never come again, right? And that does not have to be true. So Roberta's saying, trust your inner wisdom and knowing. Absolutely. And Carolyn, good for you. Learning to set boundaries. I believe it's a skill. For some, I think it comes naturally. Others, it's a skill. So good for you. I totally respect and honor you in that. To me, that's something to applaud. When you see someone, caring for themselves in new ways, respect. Let's pull. We're going to get to our angel cards. Yes, we are. But I'm kind of circling through all the decks if you haven't noticed. Okay, before I pull, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and pull. Let's pull a Louise Hay Power Thought card. I haven't pulled from this deck in quite a while. Let's see what message wants to come through here. Let me set this one aside. Oh, okay. We got 3. Let's see what they are. My thoughts are creative. My thoughts are creative. Do you know that your thoughts are creative? Good one. What do we have next? We have, I now create a wonderful new job. And all my relationships are harmonious. Love, love, love that one. That's for sure. Create, create, create. You are a creative being. This past weekend, I am so grateful. I had an amazing time. I was an interviewer in Harrison Klein's Small Shifts, Big Changes virtual summit. And oh my goodness, the thought I just had that I wanted to share that related to that, what was that? It'll come back to me. There was something that connected to this. Oh, that is funny. That is funny. Maybe that's all that needed to be said. Okay. Well, I had a great time in that summit. And he's going to be doing it again throughout the year. So we'll just make it be a shout out to the summit. Okay, let's move on to Brendan Burchard's Motivation Manifesto cards. Hope you guys are laughing with me. But I am open to receiving that thought because I wanted to share something with you. What was it? It will come back. Hello to Mercedes, who I believe is also with us. And Carolyn is already saying, Keith Lee on deck, Keith Lee on deck. I hear you. I hear you. We will definitely do that for sure. And the cards are just awesome as always. I love, love, love the messages that come through. So, okay, let's pull a Brendan Burchard message. What I love about this deck is, to me, this really speaks to, the aligning of head and heart. That's what I get from this. I think Brendan does. Okay, I've got one that's already kind of coming out. So we'll do that one. Let's see if there's something else. I think Brendan does a really good job of bringing in the heart space, the intuitive space into practical messages that are very relatable for people. So that's what I love about this deck, because that definitely speaks to a lot of the journeys my coaching clients are on. And I totally get that because I've personally had that myself. So that's, oh, there we go. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, come on. Okay, so that one is going to be a card that I will feature inside the Every Day is a New Day Facebook group. So if you are not in there, come on over. You'll get to see what that card is. It's face down on the floor. I'm not going to go grab it. Let's see if there's another one that wants to come out before we move on to our angel decks. Yep. Okay, what do we have here? There we go. Okay, so the very first one that I pulled out because it was peeking out is, it says, we should not fear an obsession for building a great free life. We should not fear an obsession for building a great free life. Okay, so I'm gonna paraphrase this. It's okay to desire something more. It's okay to want better for yourself and work towards it. It's okay to prioritize you and your well-being. It's okay. It's okay to say no to things that no longer serve you. We should not fear an obsession for building a great free life. You have permission to prioritize yourself and to learn and practice how your thoughts are creative, how to let your light shine in new, bigger, and bolder ways. You have permission. There's nothing to fear. It's okay to fall so deeply, madly in love with yourself and allow that to be what ripples outward from you. Again, we're not talking about being selfish, or if you want to reframe that, it's okay to be selfish in the way of you nurturing yourself, knowing that when you're good with you, you then actually serve and connect with others in deeper and more beautiful, more impactful ways. Going back to what Roberta was so awesomely saying for us in the chat, self-care is not selfish. Okay, I'll get back to the chat in a bit. So the other card that came out for us is, it says, the white space of a free day seems, this is awesome. Okay. The white space of a free day seems unfathomable because we have become hypnotized by a false but compelling need to respond to all the needs of others. Oh, the white space of a free day. So allowing yourself to have a self-care day, right? Allowing yourself to say, you know what? I'm not gonna just be doing things endlessly for everyone else today. You're choosing to have a day for yourself. The white space of a free day seems unfathomable. What? I can't do that. There's no time for me, right? Gift yourself the white space of a free day. Choose yourself first. That is what is coming through this. Awesome. And let's move on to our angel cards. Checking the time. Oh, goodness. Okay, I've got about 7 minutes and then I've got to wrap up. I've got to go actually in 7 minutes. So let's move right along to, as Carolyn requested, Keith Leon S's Walking with Your Angels Daily Inspiration Deck with that awesomely gorgeous artwork. I love, love, love that. Okay, let's see what angels want to say to us from this deck. What message wants to come? Okay, they're all fanning out. What message wants to come through for everyone who views this video? What message wants to be shared? Okay, I think this one here, it was, let's see, what is this? We have Archangel Metatron. This is nice. It says, what does it mean to have the faith of a mustard seed or to pray believing that you already have? I'm going to start again. What does it mean to have the faith of a mustard seed or to pray believing that you already have so you may receive? Ponder this, my child. Your words are law once spoken. Pay attention to your words daily, and you will see just how much they do come true. Call my name to clear the path to anything you wish to reach. Your thoughts are creative. Pay attention to your words daily. So what I'm also getting with this is, let's say you've been experiencing a reality that you don't desire. When you affirm it with your words, when you speak about it, well, okay, what I just said, when you speak about it, you further affirm it, creating more of it. So it's one thing to be able to share and release and make sure that you're allowing yourself to feel what you feel, and then to be mindful of what your intention is. Are you setting an intention to turn the tide? And now release that and move forward. Just like with the affirmation on this card, right? It said, I dwell upon all that is right in my life, not what is wrong, and I have gratitude. By including the not what is wrong, you're including what is wrong in the statement. So we can take that out completely and simply dwell on what is right and feel that gratitude. So that was beautiful. That was a fantastic message. We're going to leave that one there. And I've got a few minutes left. So let me pull from, let's see here. I'm feeling called to pull from this deck too. So we're going to pull from Daily Guidance from Your Angels. And then we'll end with a postcard from Spirit. What message wants to come through for everybody who views today's video or listens on the replay? Here we go. What do we have? Let your past go. That one right there can inhale and exhale. I don't know why a random card just simply fell on the floor. I wasn't doing anything. We will share that one inside the group as well. Okay, let me read this one. Let your past go. The burden of carting your past around has made you weary, dear one. It's time to set this burden down. Keep only the lessons and the love, and leave everything else behind. You don't want it or need it, and it's now gone. And with that, every time you take a shower, you can use that as an opportunity to just envision letting the past wash off you down the drain. Whatever it may be, let it go. Cleansing yourself, even outside the shower. You can, I got to be careful of cords here. You can brush it off, let it go, shake it off. That is also a form of self-care. Choosing to let go, allowing yourself to let go. I think we had a card that may have referenced being safe to let go. something of that sort. That's coming to mind. Let's end with a postcard from Spirit. One final message here. And you guys have left some awesome comments in the chat. Someone said, when your words are true, so shall your life become. And I don't know who said that, but I love that. Absolutely. And ultimately, all the words we're speaking could be seen as a form of truth, right? Form of truth for the individual. And that's why it's like, wait a second, do I want that to be my truth? Okay, one more knocking. And what message wants to come through for everybody who listens and watches today's video? Okay, this one here. Okay, one final message we have. At the bottom, it says, with love, at the bottom there. And it says, dearest you, if you allow your awareness to settle in, you will hear us whispering sweetness and encouragement to you. You will know the truth of things that cannot be discerned through the material world. The receiver for this kind of essential knowing is your intuition, which is not your sixth sense, but your first, the primary navigational system of your soul. You are entering the age of consciousness. It's time to accept that the paranormal is normal. Human beings are multisensory, multidimensional beings. Spirit infuses all things, and your soul's job is to discover those essential truths here on Earth, where we all agreed to play. Today, trust your spidey sense, read between the lines, tune into the stories behind the stories, and your world will show you miracles. Fear not, for we are right here and Spirit loves you. Trust the invisible. That is a powerful, awesome message. I love, love, love it. Let me know in the comments what you are taking away, whether you were live or on the replay with us. And I love, love seeing that these messages have resonated with you guys. You guys are awesome. I absolutely love when we come together on our Inspirational Message Mondays. Wishing you an amazing day, remembering that it's okay to let go, to take care of yourself, to prioritize yourself, and to let your light shine. If you haven't already, I'd love to see you join the Let Your Light Shine movement. And if it resonates with you, please do share it out with your friends and your connections so we can spread the word further. With that, I've got to get going. Have an amazing day. I'll see you on Thursday with another amazing guest. And we'll be back again on Monday with another Inspirational Message Monday. So good to see you all. Bye, everybody.